So today we're just going to continue with Shirdi Sai Baba's questioning to him about a Spanish bloodline, but getting something. It was connected with my birth actually, but then I got stuff connected with not one J, with three J's. In some places where the activities are pretty despicable. SM Krishna is not mentioned here, but SM is mentioned. And whatever else that is mentioned. EM is mentioned Elon Musk or Elon Musk in many places. Anyway, to clock the time, it's 10:34 on a Thursday. Today is 10th of July 2025. It's a nice day because we have Jupiter also, we have Sun also, and we have Saturn. So Sun and Saturn, okay, father, Sun fall out sometimes, but Jupiter and Sun get along, and Jupiter and Saturn are neutral to each other. It's okay. It's a good day. It's fine. So first we will go. I finished my prayers. I finished my brunch. I finished everything. So I'm also happy. Blessings though I have already taken, but we will still take, no problem. So we take the blessings of Ganesh Ji, Shirdi Sai Baba, Shani Ji, Vishnu Ji, Ram Krishna, Shiv Ji, Gomata, and all the gods to please remove all obstructions and to give us the appropriate direction or whatever needs to be conveyed. Now, before I start, I will, before I start doing the read on the board, we'll go with the pendulum first. So we go with the pendulum. I think it's fine. Let's see if there is anybody with me. Okay, I want to understand one thing from you. Are you with me? Is Shirdi Sai Baba with me? Who's on the pendulum right now? Is file name Cat over here? Last night when I checked with you, you said you had returned. Last night I had checked with you, you said file name Cat had returned. File name Cat was sent on work for, I don't know, 2 days or something. Also, she was meditating. So I want to know, is file name Cat over here with me as of now? You with me? You were finding it difficult, right? Because the fan was very heavy. I've just switched it off to make it easier for you. Okay, I want to know one thing. As we go through the session of putting out whatever it is, does this have anything to do with my birth, Varsha? I said, give me indication of my Spanish bloodline. Are there 3 J's involved? Am I J, just J as it is? Then there's J1, J2, J3. I have to read it that way and see what all we get on it. Am I J1? When I read for J, am I J1? Am I J2? Am I J3? Am I J without any number to it? Is Bartila any J? Is Aarti Nanthur Arta any J? Is JD any J? JAYA.ADVANI any J mentioned in this read? Is Jaya Shahani, who left our school at a very young age, I think before we went to high school, a greenhouse girl, is she any J? Jaya Shahani. Is Jaya Chatlani to be taken as any J? Because we got Haku, Haki and Hoti. So she is Hakin Chatlani's daughter. So are we supposed to take her as any J? So this is primarily got to do with Fort Convent School girls in my class. So this has got to do with JAYA.ADVANI, JAYA.DASWANI and Jaya Shahani. Oh, okay. So I become JAYA.ADVANI with the Advani surname. I'm number 1. JAYA.DASWANI with the Daswani surname becomes number 2. Jaya Shahani with the Shahani surname becomes number 3. I'm supposed to read it this way. Okay, there is the mention. Okay, now 1 minute. So is JAYA.ADVANI Spanish bloodline? Is JAYA.ADVANI a Spanish bloodline? Is Jaya Shahani a Spanish bloodline? The holder of this pendulum called JAYA.ADVANI is supposed to be Spanish bloodline too. But when I checked with the tarot, I got a no for Spanish bloodline. I got a yes for Indian. My being Indian has got to do with a ROM or some data fixed into me which Indianizes me, or some gene editing which Indianizes me. What exactly is it? Is it got to do with some manipulation that makes me Indian? Is this got to do with some kind of manipulation that makes me Indian? Was this manipulation done on JAYA.ADVANI too? Was this manipulation done on Jaya Shahani too? You're saying all 3 of us actually are Spanish bloodline? Okay, now when we talk about the sword and the horse, which is what I caught yesterday, The sword and the horse is cutting people off. Is it, no, does it have a very mundane, is it a mundane understanding that we take it from? Are we supposed to understand it as a mundane thing? You know, you swat somebody off, or then you horse off, or you go off somewhere, or you're horsing around, or you know, you go running off somewhere after creating some swatting somebody off. Are we supposed to understand it that way? Are we supposed to understand it from a Vishnu perspective? When I checked with you yesterday, you said late Mr. Narottam Das Merchant had a lot of Vishnu traits in him. But is he in his human body today? Mr. Narottam Das Merchant, who's Jashoda Bain's not Narottam Das Merchant, we're talking about Narendra Damodar Das Modi. Narendra Damodar Das Modi also has lots of Vishnu traits in him. Narottam Das Merchant also had lots of Vishnu traits and understanding of Vishnu in him. Mr. Damodar Das Modi, what's his name? Narendra Damodar Das Modi. Is he in his human body today? Was Mr. Narendra Damodar Das Modi put into a Nidra state, which means a sleep state, without anybody's knowledge to steal his conscience from him? Was the same thing done with Mr. Narottam Das Merchant? Was the same thing done to Mr. Jayant Malhotra? You know Udyant Malhotra's father. So these are things in the late 90s that happened with these people who were part of the parliament or connected with government and justice systems in the late 90s, who went to hospital and would keep going and coming for 2 to 3 years. This is what they were doing. Did they do this with Atal Bihari Vajpayee too, through his dialysis time? Did Mr. Narottam Das Merchant have dialysis? Did Narendra Damodar Das Modi have dialysis? Did Atal Bihari Vajpayee have dialysis? So if we're talking about the sword and we're talking about the horse, we're talking about Vishnu's weapons or his vehicle and weapon. Is that what you're trying to make reference to? That's supposed to be his last avatar. You say, was Mr. Narendra Damodar Das Modi actually his last avatar? Was Vishnu's last avatar on the back of only one human body birth? Was it split amongst many beings, many human forms? Okay, so we start with, so can we say JD is also part of it? What about Jaya Shahani? Would she also be one part of the avatar? Jaya Shahani would be one part of the avatar? Some aspect of Vishnu's avatar? Jaya.ADVANI would be one aspect of the avatar? Vishnu's avatar. Mr. Narottam Das Merchant was also one aspect of Vishnu's avatar. Narendra Damodar Das Modi was also an aspect of Vishnu's avatar. The girl who called herself some Jaya Ansari or some Jaya Anwar or some Jaya Anarkali, God only knows what she was, in my dream, who is connected with baby X, the relative of baby X, or was produced baby X, who's looking after baby X, that girl also is Vishnu's avatar. So that girl is fooling. She was shown to me in a deep state dream. Did I see where she explained what her name was? Baby X was very busy playing with crayons and coloring in his book. She was telling him her name so that, but she was looking like Elon. The face was of Elon, but she's looking after him and letting him draw and whatever on the book. He's playing with crayons. And how a child is learning to write in a book, she's directing him her name. Her first name is Jaya, but her family name starts with Ansari or Anwar or Anwarwali or something different. It's like Gujarati or maybe Bori kind of a surname. So is that girl an avatar of Vishnu is most important to understand. Jaya.ADVANI, who studied with me at Fort Convent School, she's a very rich girl, very pretty girl. Is she also an avatar of Vishnu? The original one who went to Fort Convent School with me through the 70s and the 80s. Then there was a girl called JAYA.ADVANI, greenhouse girl. She was in our class up to a point, then she dropped out and went transferred to another better school. She's greenhouse girl. Is that girl Vishnu's avatar too? Narottam Das merchant, my mother's second father-in-law. You can consider him Vishnu's avatar. The real Mr. Narendra Damodar Das Modi. You say he's late? He has already passed on. You would say rest in peace. He is also Vishnu's one avatar. The girl holding the pendulum known as the real JAYA.ADVANI, who studied at QUT but whose passport was also stolen. Nani also passed away parallelly to the passports being stolen. I am also Vishnu's some form of avatar, which means we follow the laws of the spirit realm and we don't mess with it for self-benefit or fool people. And most importantly, I guess, live according to what is given to us. Don't really grab with foul play. Aarti Nanthur, Neena Nanthur and Arun Nanthur's daughter. Parvati Sadrangani's grandchild, along with being the Nanthur family's grandchild. Is she Vishnu's avatar? Cyrus Mistry is Vishnu's avatar from Shapurji Palunji. Raga is Vishnu's avatar. Would my cousin would Kailash Hingorani be Vishnu's avatar? Mrs. Kailash Hingorani from the 70s or then Kani Advani from the 70s, would they be Vishnu's avatar? Mr. Hakumat Rai Advani, late Mr. Hakumat Rai Advani, would he be Vishnu's avatar? He was in Jaswal in the 50s, 60s, he passed away in the 60s. You called him Hadith, but it's the other way of saying, is he Vishnu's avatar? Like this, there are many Vishnu's avatars. Okay, I will continue doing the read then, once we've got the understanding. It's just like the 15 realms. 15 realms, different languages you can learn in, practice also in different parts of the world, different parts of the Brahman, but the 15 realms are 15 realms. As you've earned it, plus minus sum total of the Atma. Okay. So you will wonder why we did this. We did this because what we had on the board yesterday So there's a bunch of people who are fooling the world, and they got a very private agenda of their own. It's a very selfish one, actually. And most of it leads to anti-God activities, anti-God ways of wanting to grab, fooling lots of people on the back of it. So I think it is important we should ask. I didn't see SM is also over here. We take it as SM Krishna, but when SM Krishna's name is not there, we take it is a shapeshifter for Mr. SM Krishna. Now whether we're supposed to trust this SM or not, who has shapeshifted for SM Krishna, don't know. To get angry for no rhyme or reason is not good. If I can ask you about the term SM, is SM for SM Krishna? So are we talking about Shambhavi's actual father? So are we talking about Umesh's father-in-law? Are we talking about the man who was in the Congress for all the years during the 90s, I think, when they didn't win the elections in Bangalore or Karnataka? Are we speaking of the original man? So SM on the board is got to do with SM Krishna. SM Krishna also is an avatar of Vishnu. So he has followed the rules and regulations. Was somebody angry with him because he follows rules and regulations? Who is the him? Him is the anti-God who does anti-God activities. So you're saying SM Krishna was attacked because of the anger of the anti-God also, along with 2 J's? That means between JAYA.ADVANI, Jaya Shahani and JAYA.ADVANI, 2 girls were affected, or all 3 were affected? All 3 were affected? Two out of 3 got affected? What about Jaya Reddy from Apollo Hospital? I don't know her, but since we got REDI and JREDI, that girl got affected? The original one. They got a shapeshifter for her. What did they do with the original she's a doctor's family. What did they do with the original girl? They harmed her in some way? Did it work of the anti-God? Along with her, there's an M. Reddy also. That's her sister. So both those sisters got affected? No, are they still practicing as owners of Apollo Hospital? Are they still in their own skin and their own body and own ego? Are they still like living their life the way they should be according to their birth? So are they in their own ego, or has he gone, converted their face, sent them out on the streets, closed the cortex off and just sent them anywhere and then misusing their assets? He did that with Rohika though. Rohika Chagla Mistry, he did this with Rohika Chagla Mistry. So not yet. So the girls need to be really, really careful because he's very good at pulling you off in the middle of the day. And you won't even know how you'll be crispered. Your mind will go off. You'll be on the streets. You'll be going home to home. Or he has this habit of raping people, making them, I don't know which identity new one he's created. Nobody will recognize you. You have to be very careful. I'm sorry to be the bad news giver to you, but I've been trying to actually let you know this for some time now. Tamil Nadu and Andhra Pradesh, I'm telling you a zillion times, he's there to attack you. Yes, I have a feeling he's been Cubs. Has this guy been Cubs in Bangalore, Varsha? At Fern's residency? Has he lived over there ever? This is the same guy who does the crispring. He works hand in glove with Kira, who is Kiran Damodar Das Merchant's son. Kiran Damodar Das Merchant, my mother's second husband, is in his human body today. Yet we had Mr. Kiran Merchant, who stood in for Kiran Damodar Das Merchant. Kiran Merchant is the Kira. He's part and parcel of abducting people, crisping them, taking them, and lots of wrong activity, which happened with Rohika Chagla Mistry. Sonia Gandhi too, the real one, daughter-in-law of Indira Gandhi. So this is what you're trying to warn them about. So the Reddy sisters are Vishnu's avatar. When they're with their own mind, their own face, their own body, doing things appropriately, they are Vishnu's avatar. Their family also is Vishnu's avatar. They follow it straight. Okay, so you can't get it more than black and white. Javed MD is Vishnu's avatar. He delivers Bisleri water very sweetly to my house from Lulu. Except he disappeared for 1-2 months or 6 months or few months when that girl left working from my home. That girl who was working in my home, which was Mrs. Madhav E. Reddy's identity, are they Vishnu's avatar? The boy with the other 2 boys who came on this floor outside and routed the router through telephony or did something through telephony, configured it, walking down the stairs from the 19th floor onto the 18th floor, and the girl went out to keep the garbage. She was Mrs. Madhav E. Reddy's identity, brown skinned girl with a blue coat. Is she Vishnu's avatar? Those boys were Vishnu's avatar. Those boys and those girls were shape-shifting for late Mrs. Madhav E. Reddy. The real Mrs. Madhav E. Reddy is late Mrs. Madhav E. Reddy, I feel bad to say it, whose husband is paralyzed, waist down. Did I know this in 2023-24 when you have given the information? She's the girl who had come to my home in 2020 first with Shilpa, pink sari, very sweet. That girl is late Mrs. Madhav E. Reddy. It is her husband who is paralyzed waist down. Responsible are the shapeshifters connected with my trip to Bombay. And the RC address for this place. For giving the signature, so we get the duplicate RC for the Vento in Bombay, which was packed and handed over to that Kiran Merchant and that Anita Merchant who was staying at Ravi Kiran building, a place uncle, the real Mr. Kiran Narottam Das Merchant and Anita Parpati Ramchand Sadrangani Merchant refused to stay at. These 2 quickly made themselves comfortable. So I left the Vento over there. The RC was required. The RC had been stolen along with the divorce papers of my mom to my dad in the 80s, along with the property papers, breaking my locker. Yeah, at Forge as well, where my clothes are hanging from. You had two shapeshifters come in and do that. Telling the truth, the father and the daughter who went and broke my locker, were they the original Mr. Kani Advani and the original Varsha Advani, who have the right, but they would never break lockers? They would just ask. They ask for lunch and dinner, forget about breaking lockers. Are they Vishnu's avatar, those two, boy and girl team? And all the people supporting them in Bombay, are they Vishnu's avatar? Are they service to the anti-god? The Marathi Kamwali Bai and her descendants, they are Vishnu's avatar? The one who worked in my home for 15 years, 18 years, I have to mention it primarily because there seems to be some connect with them. So are they Vishnu's avatar? Are they doing God's good work? What about the Fernandez family? Carmeline Fernandez, Kochoro, Rosie Fernandez's children, Vishnu's avatar? Today's Modi and all the shapeshifters, Vishnu's avatar? Donald Trump, Vishnu's avatar? My Nikhil Advani, whose mother was murdered in 1986, Suchitra Mirchandani, Chichu Advani. Is he Vishnu's avatar? His father, Mr. Ramesh Advani, Hukumat Rai Advani and Kalavati Hukumat Rai Advani's son, Ramesh Advani, who married Suchitra Mirchandani, Parsaram and Nirmala Mirchandani's daughter, living and grew up at Sindhu building with Monica, Raj and Mahesh. That family is Vishnu's avatar quality when it is not manipulated and when it is not messed around with. SL is Vishnu's avatar. His name is Sanjeev Lekraj. Vishnu's avatar. Mr. Ratan Tata is Vishnu's avatar. Mr. JRD Tata is Vishnu's avatar. Mr. Mukesh Ambani is Vishnu's avatar. Mr. Adani is Vishnu's avatar. Mr. L.K. Advani is Vishnu's avatar. Mr. Bomai is Vishnu's avatar. Mr. Yedurappa is Vishnu's avatar. The Gowdas are Vishnu's avatar. Jaya.ADVANI is Vishnu's avatar. Jaya.Shahani is Vishnu's avatar. Jaya.ADVANI is Vishnu's avatar. At least tries to follow as much as possible. Mr. S.M. Krishna, Shambhav E. and Vicky's father is Vishnu's avatar. Yet you say he stole from me, but you justify it. It was put to good work, better than otherwise being squandered and wasted. Okay, no problem. Okay, we continue with the read. So the one who has sworded because of anger, SM as well as J, is the anti-god. All the names that the pendulum gave you as not Vishnu's avatar, but manipulative, deceitful, they break things up, create mass confusion. One example of confusion is sitting and fighting uselessly on language. When lokas don't consider language as an issue to be fought about, where after in your spirit realm अद्वैत अद्वैत बोल के तुम लैंग्वेज पे क्या फाइट कर रहे हैं और लोगों से क्या फाइट निकाल रहे हैं. तुमको असली काम करना है, इकोनॉमी को भरना है. डाइवर्जनरी टैक्टिक्स लैंग्वेज को लेके क्या कर रहा है, घर घर में आग लगाएगा. फिर 25 lakhs पे जाओ, sand dunes में रहो, bury yourself over there. The sheikhs will come and live in India because of the opulence over here. Natural opulence. Y'all can break your back trying to grow greenery over there. Yeah. Take your paws, keep digging. Water reservoir खड़ा करो उधर. Also, please check, when the sheikhs used to come to all the Arabic land, people used to come to Bombay so much, then I don't know, they had a drive where they stopped it. Then Mahajan also killed, one brother killed the other, then the Thackeray's fell out and confusion rear door entry started. Big time from 1996 onwards. It was slow and steady, I think, from 86 onwards. But no stops, no gaps, 96, 97 onwards. Just relook at that timeline very, very strongly. Connected with the Middle East. Everything is in there only. Everything is in there. It has already been lived. You got live proof actually. You just need to look at it with a microscope, magnifying glass. That's it. I have nothing against anybody. I just don't like slyness. I don't like it when SL Sanjeev Lekraj has talked about playing chess. It's one thing you like chess. There's an Advani boy who's very good at chess. It's good when you are playing it as a game without harming other people. It is good when you play chess without making every other individual a pawn on your chessboard. Knocking people off left, right, center, grabbing everywhere you go. You haven't earned a penny, yet when you arrive in a rich household, almost before you started your operation of dispersing people and grabbing their assets, breaking families on the back of it, you already started this thing of this is mine, that is mine, ye bhi hamara hai, wo bhi hamara hai. That's because of your training. So your training, you were psyched in this manner on the back of what? Are you people who were trained at the terrorist camps till America was giving you the money? Whether you are a terrorist, whether you are a business person, whether you are, just in a job of a blue collar or a white collar, everyone needs one thing, that is food, shelter, clothing, and if not the basics for human existence are required. When that stopped for you in the camps because America said no, not funding, where did you go? When you went there, how did they reconfigure you for the same thing in a different way? At least now they know what it is not to have money comes from where. Today, even the slum dweller sells his tin shed in Bombay, he'll be able to get 40-60 lakhs. 30 lakhs he'll be able to get. That'll buy him a visa to the UAE. Pilot project. Whole slums, 52% of Bombay slums can pack up and go. That visa they're giving you for 25 lakhs, right? I don't know if there is a Jim or a Jimmy. Not sure who it is. So if Jimmy is the stray dog at 190 Stanky Road, that was the pet of Kabir Gupta and Akhil Gupta and Koshi Gupta and Subhash Gupta, then that is only a pet dog. If there is a shapeshifter for that family, who shapeshifted in that family, and in all probability that's Aarti Nanthur. Then for Akhil Gupta, who was removed in 1995, there must be someone who shapeshifted in Akhil's place. So maybe the foul play is on the back of that. The original family, I don't think, is something that is if it is Kabir, I don't know. Kabir Gupta, we got two things. First we got he has left the body, then now recently we got no, he's still alive and he's a warlord. Point is he a warlord with his own brain, or has he got his brain fixed where he is mind controlled? He went to America, I think late 90s. So what exactly happened to him when he went to America? He did not go there to study. He didn't go there on his father's money. He went there primarily to work at a friend's motel. That's a pretty tough life. So did he get into some kind of company to stay behind, to stay back? Or is he no more in the body and there's a shapeshifter for him? But his mother's name is Koshi Gupta. I feel Aarti could have shapeshifted in Koshi Gupta's place. or some interaction between the Gupta and the Nanthur family. Rear door entry, some kind of interaction. How, why, what, don't know. So if it is Jimmy, high is not Jimmy, high is SM in the case over here, or maybe it's the sword. So Jimmy EM, so he's working in Elon Musk camp. Kabir? So anyway, whatever happens, happens for the best. I still believe everything happens for the best. Outcome can only be good. Whatever it is, it has to be good only. EM Jimmy SM horrid woe. Jimmy SM how ride. Jimmy SM how dire or how de-ire, which means on the back of Kabir Gupta's identity or the Gupta identity, someone played really filthy, created huge amount of woe for SM Krishna and blamed it on Dawood Ibrahim, which has no connection with our situation at all, except gross manipulation, lies and confusion. Keeping people very, very busy doing stuff they're not supposed to do instead of finding crime and criminal. All the while digressing the ones who are supposed to actually figure it out onto useless activity and creating more damage on the back of it. Everywhere they go. Jimmy SM how die IR or ER or doctor. Jimmy SM wo head doctor. Jimmy SM wo HDR ID. Jimmy SM wo HDR high. Jimmy SM wo HDR IR. So if Aarti was shapeshifting as Koshi Gupta, then Kabir Gupta is the first son. Jimmy is their pet dog from 190 Sankey Road. Unless you know any other Jimmy. There is a Parsi criminal that came out of my mind. Actually, not my mind was shut. It was absolutely blank, and by mistake, the word came out Parsi criminal. That happened yesterday, and I was pretty surprised. Parsis are generally likes in the small community and tend to keep the peace and concentrate in, with faith surrounding and abilities to just grow if it's a business. I don't think, they're supposed to be mostly nice hearted people. I'm just thinking it is possible that in communities that are small, the shapeshifters initially could have gotten in over there and then messed around from that place. The criminal definitely hid out in a Parsi gentleman's identity. I don't know if this has got to do with a Western Railway girl who was considered either horsey faced, or is the horse powerful and swift, also pure minded, thought, action, deed, maybe even an Atmic journey. Terrible she was living on Western Railway lines. Or maybe it's still the Western Railway horse. That means if it is Western Railway, there seems to be some connect with the cinema line. Bombay is cinema line. This boy knows Jaya.ADVANI? How does he know that? Jaya.ADVANI has a very sweet voice. She is not hoarse voiced. She doesn't have a deep voice. She's got a very, very sweet voice. Was he a go-in-between between Jaya.ADVANI and the Western Railway horse? Did he misuse JD's ID in some way for somebody else? Jimmy wed horse. Jimmy too wed horse. So are we talking about Shamlu being one person? Shamlu Sharma. Shamlu Sharma is no more in her body. So Jimmy too horse wed. So I think that is, are we talking about two boys connected with the pet dog Jimmy? Are we talking about the second son where Jimmy is the pet at 190 Sankey Road? Why am I saying Jimmy is a pet? Because I had asked, are we talking about a man called Jimmy, or are we talking about the pet who used to be at 190 Sankey Road, who was a stray dog which was taken in by the Gupta household, and he was free to come and go, and he was taken care of like he was their pet. Yeah, he was a street mongrel, but the kids used to love him. So we can ask, I can definitely still ask, okay, over here first let's get Jimmy's identity. Can I get Jimmy's identity? Jimmy is a man. In context to this reading, do we have to understand Jimmy the man? Jimmy the street mongrel who the Gupta household takes in when I'm even 3-4 years old and staying over at 190 Sankey Road because the adults have gone out to party or have gone out of town for one night, leaving us together. Kasturi is the woman looking after us with some other people who are staff for the Guptas. Varsha is still, I don't know, pretty young. She's wailing on top of her voice. Okay. Anyway, having understood, so Jimmy is the connect to the Gupta household at 190 Sankey Road. which is Subhash Gupta, Koshi Gupta, or Kaushalya-Advani, Kabir Gupta, the older son, and Akhil Gupta, the younger son. Over here, we're talking about Kabir Gupta. Kabir Gupta got married to the horse, Shamlu Sharma. Shamlu Sharma is still in her human form. The girl Kabir Gupta got married to, is she still in her human form? Is her brother Samir Sharma still in his human form? The man who married Shamlu Sharma, called Kabir Gupta, is he still in his human form? Kabir Gupta has a younger brother called Akhil Gupta. Is that boy still in his human form? Is Akhil Gupta and Aki the same? Is Akhil Gupta and AKIL or AKI, are they the same person? Would you say AKI or then AKIL is a shapeshifter for late Mr. Akhil Gupta? So Jimmy too is primarily the duplicate of Kabir Gupta? Is that what you're trying to say? The duplicate for Kabir Gupta has created woe for the Enforcement Directorate and for the horse. He wedded the horse also. Is Kabir Gupta to be blamed for the woe to the ED? Let's say Kabir Gupta from the 1970s at 190 Sankey Road, who liked Jimmy, or rather they used to take good care of Jimmy the mongrel from the street. I used to wonder, but these boys were very fond of that dog. So do we blame that Kabir Gupta? Do we blame Akhil Gupta? What about Nitesh Gupta? He's the third in the entire setup. He's Kabir Akhil's youngest brother, but born after 10 years. He went to Vidyaniketan school. He also worked at TCS. He also did his hotel management, but then joined TCS after it. That boy would have been about 10, 11 years old when Koshianti would have been removed from his life. Did AKI give him his upbringing, and was he brought up with wrong ideas by the shapeshifters? Has he been used to do some wrong activity or then grew up with some wrong ideas? Do you call him a victim? Do you call him a villain? Aarti Nanthur shapeshifted for Koshi Gupta at some point in time. Aarti Nanthur was friends with Cyrus Mistry. It is connected to the film industry in some way. It is connected to shape-shifting in some way, which means assuming other people's identity and then making friends with people. Aarti Nanthur has done that. Has she ever shapeshifted for my sister Varsha.ADVANI? Did Varsha.ADVANI ever misuse her contacts? Did Varsha.ADVANI ever misuse other people's contacts, her relatives' contacts, or any network? Did Aarti Nanthur misuse her own network, other people's network, and networks she had nothing to do with? Did she and her friends misuse those networks shape-shifting? While shape-shifting? Sanjeev Lekhraj also did that. Fernandez also did that. The Marathi Kamwali Bai also did that. Through their network, they hired more people who also did that. They have Vishnu's energy. Since they feel Vishnu is an avatar, he can change form anywhere. They all think they are Vishnu's last avatar. But are they Vishnu's last avatar? When they've done this kind of stuff, did they think they were doing Vishnu's work or justify their actions as Vishnu's last avatar? Is that what they did? Is murder involved too? Thinking that the sword is physical killing. They call it cleaning the system of evildoers. But is it true that their action only is bad karma and evil doing? With lots of bad karma, actually. Every action and every lie is evil. Okay, was Kabir Gupta the one who is late Mr. Kabir Gupta, who has a second person standing in for him? Was he called Dhruva? Is he actually Dhruva? Is it true that when he has passed on, I was shown he was well received by Kalavati JAYA.ADVANI? Is Mrs. Kalavati JAYA.ADVANI, Mr. JAYA.ADVANI's wife, and Kani Advani, Koshi Advani, Kaushalya Advani, Kailash Advani, Ramesh Advani, Tarachand Advani's mother and father, JAYA.ADVANI being the parents? Is it true that Kalavati JAYA.ADVANI, I saw she received him very well in the afterlife? Is that Kabir Gupta Dhruva? Is his second stand-in connected with Aarti Nanthur Dhruva? Is Arun Jaitley considered Vishnu's avatar in the spirit realms? Arun Jaitley has left his physical body on earth. BJP's original Arun Jaitley, who studied with Divya Bhargava's mother in Delhi, has he left his human body? The man who studied with Divya Bhargava's mother in Delhi, that man has exited out of his body? Does Arun Jaitley have a duplicate who created the mess in India on the back of Mr. Arun Jaitley's identity? That person is Sanjeev Lekhraj in any way? I am not wed, Sanjeev Lekhraj. You must not say, Jaya, wed. I don't do that. You're all the time messing around with communication, talking something from that freaking fan, talking something from inside my body, talking something from my hand, talking from these bloody messy glasses. One screw connected with IP. How cheap is that? And one bloody SATA drive, that also that you steal from somebody else. Then there's a huge database of all the bloody consumers on Bezos' company. If that's the SATA drive, yeah, that's where you've been storing a lot of the bullshit and also selling a lot of bullshit via his company. Like, let's just say, what do you fit in this fan? The what shit you put on my bloody hands? It's pure uneducated garbage. अरे मेन डो को नहीं छोड़ा है इसने. मेन डो खोलो, इसको कुछ अनाउंसमेंट करना पड़ता है. सम स्टुपिडिटी. You stupid, you need mental help, man. No, you seriously need a psychiatrist to help you mentally. लेकिन वहां पे भी तुमको हेल्प नहीं मिलेगा क्योंकि तुमको ना आत्मिक इशू है. 100 बार तुमको बोलूं क्या मैं 65 कल्पास of नरक पाताल is not a joke. Earning these kind of forward things is not a joke. This is not a joke. It means you have habitually done this in previous lifetimes. This is not about you getting this in this lifetime because someone's been biased. It's because you've done things consistently and you refuse to correct your ways. You take a bloody loan, you pay the EMI. That's why you come into a birth, but you don't do that. You add more to top-ups to your previous taken loans. Why you don't understand it? Blame the whole bloody world for all your woes, except refusing to understand that you don't take responsibility of your own previous actions and the rewards you get according to the work put out by you. Yes, so let's just say horse, Western Railway, and ED. Then we say dew, which means tears, according to me. Then there's a doctor also. That means they have replaced lots of doctors with people who are not that great. That is the second version of Kabir Gupta, whose favorite pet picked up from the streets. A mongrel, brown, golden mongrel. Then he had a limping leg also, God only knows what it is. But these kids used to love that. Akil Kabir used to take very good care of that mongrel. And I used to wonder because in Bombay we are not, we don't do any of that. They have a bungalow and all, they can manage to. We live in an apartment. It's difficult. Plus my dad had already told me it's either you or the dog. So all things can be in one place. Was this doctor from the southwest somewhere? I don't know. There's a doctor and there's an MD too. So I have a feeling this is Cubs. You better just do he's gone to Tamil Nadu. I have a feeling he shapeshifts for our Madhavan. You just check it, I don't know. Jimmy to our Desi how? So it's asking the same thing because I was told it's an American who speaks Kannada, Tamil, Telugu better than the normal local guys. But if you ask me about the original Kabir Gupta or Akhil Gupta or myself or Pramila or Trumona or Varsha or Umesh, little spattering we'll talk, but not too good. We're not here to impress you. We have our natural genes in us. We're not here to fool you, so we'll just be natural. This guy, I told you I got that he's supposed to be American. So he may not be American, he may be Korean. He may be Chinese, we don't know. But it is asking you how. Also ये जो IR ये लोग कर रहे हैं, then something connected with one girl called Heer. Heer O, Heer Wo, and Heer How. Heer Ro and Heer How. So is a shapeshifter, has worked in the film industry. Have to be very careful of this guy. Maybe he's one of the few SKFs or has shapeshifted in SRK's team as SRK. You'd be very careful of this guy. He's not the real Kabir Gupta. You cannot have a Hadith grandfather and be called out for some questionable activity. I think he messes around with technology a lot and with medical also a lot. I think you need to actually look at this very, very strongly. India's military. Whatever my reading is putting out, take it seriously or you're going to rue the day. I don't have your dharma, you do. Your actions don't match your chosen work. Then you will be joining them the way they are going. Maybe there is another boy also who's from Howrah, but not really Howrah. How do you spell Howrah? Howrah. At Calcutta. So that's in the northeast, close to Bangladesh and maybe a Chinese infusion also, Bhutanese influence. Don't know. Nepali maybe. That's all close to Calcutta, West Bengal. So it will be a northeast influence. So is in Howrah over there. So maybe one of them is from Howrah also. To find out, West Bengal border touching is what in the northeast? Mostly Nepal. Mostly a Nepali influence. mostly a Nepali. I don't know, this guy has gone and connected himself to the SIM card of somebody in the ED. A very strange thing happened with me in this house. I went to sleep without locking my door for 1 hour. When I woke up, my SIM was missing. Then I went to Airtel and got another SIM and filed a police complaint here in Bangalore, Kothani Noor police station. Online FIR that I have lost my SIM and got a new one. But it took only 1 hour for that SIM to go missing because I went to sleep without locking my bedroom door. Errol, when he visited Bombay, I forgot to lock my bedroom door the way I normally lock it. I only latched it. But when I woke up the next day, so that means what it is talking about, the Pakistani spies, 19th floor, or then connected with Kira, the criminal from Pakistan, or Pakistani connects, or then paid by Pakistan. Don't know. Identity is Kiran Merchant, stand in for Kiran Damodar Das Merchant, late Mr. Kiran Damodar Das Merchant. So 19th floor of my building has somebody connected with this nefarious activity. 2 flats have been called out, or 2 apartments have been called out on the 18th floor where I live, connected with the nefarious activity. 1 on the 17th floor and 2 on the 16th floor. Indian military would like to take some action, or you'd like to sleep through it? Would you like to take some action, or would you like to sleep through it? We can ask about Mr. Salim, if you'd like to know, Commissioner of Police. Maybe it is Howard. Kabir Gupta is not capable of going to Howard and all. No question of it. Maybe this has got to do with the ER and to do with the ED. So these are very serious things actually that we are getting. They're very, very serious allegations. I'm not putting it. This is what's on the board. You need to do the investigation. You need to. It requires military action. I've said it before 100 times. I'm one of those few last leftovers from the Advani family, Sarangani family. You're lucky I'm evidence over here. The amount of woe that has been caused to how many people were only a pilot project. Just like 25 lakhs, you can go and bury yourself in the sand dunes. They're planning to do this with pretty much every freaking Indian. Wake up to it, I'm telling you a zillion times. I'm going to be closing this reading now. I'll just ask about IPS Salim, Commissioner of Police of Bangalore. It's very sad, but then now what to do? We have to do. All right, little, I don't know what to say, but are you here? Okay, I'm feeling a little sad, but I have to ask you. We have the Commissioner of Police. I've never met him, and there's no need either. But the point is, there's a Commissioner of Police called Mr. Salim. Then there was one Mr. Singh also. Now when Errol came to India, Mr. Salim, that's asked directly, Commissioner of Police of Bangalore called Mr. Salim. He's in his body as of now. Is he in his physical body today? What about Mr. Singh? When Errol came to India, did he mess around with Karnataka's police in some way? Or Bangalore's police in some way? Or was it Kira and SL that messed around with the police? Did Kira and SL mess around with India's police? And not India's police, maybe Karnataka's police or Bangalore's police? Did they mess around with Delhi's police too in some way that we're not aware of, but I have nothing to do with Delhi? They messed around with Delhi's police too? Did they mess around with Bombay's police too? They messed around with Bangalore's police too? Are they starting this thing of talking insistently in the ear? What I had already told earlier. Not giving them their full night's sleep or allowing them to function normally. So I see my pendulum is kind of limping around the way, or it's like kind of little different. Feels like a man's limping. Is he trying to actually put a spoke in their wheel? Do they need to really take military action against these people? Full-fledged, without even thinking twice? Do they need actually to take the assistance of the Indian military after vetting who is okay to be trusted and keeping the rest of them out? Is it true that 90% of the military is still functional? 10% has been affected of Indian military? Has 10% of the Indian military been affected in the bad way? More than 10%? Less than 10% has been affected in a bad way of the Indian military? So you're saying the Indian military can very well save the situation if they involve every cadet? So they have to devise a strategy knowing that the Indian military has been infiltrated, less than 10%. But they need to sieve it out and also assist the Indian police. And they know who the enemies are now. So they need to get rid of them. Okay, is it okay if I close this now? Can I shut this session off? Okay, thank you. I'm going to close this session off. Do you want me to still continue this read tomorrow? Is there still need for continuation of the same read? Okay, I can do something new tomorrow if directed. You want me to stop reading completely as of now? Okay, I will stop reading completely as of now. Okay. I continue doing whatever reading Shirdi Sai Baba told me to do. Okay. Alright. Then I will do that. Fine. I can talk to you on the pendulum off camera for a little while. You'll be here. Okay. So I'll shut this. If you see anything that you're able to figure out over here that I haven't covered, you're free to do so. Okay. So we shut this reading today at 12:15 Thursday, the 10th of July 2025.